I stand before you to thank all of you for your kind presence today at this book launch. We are about 10 minutes behind the schedule. You have the program in your hands, but we are about 10 minutes behind the schedule. I hope you would bear with us because we started 10 minutes late. But that was not my fault. As it was mentioned in the introduction by our compere, this compilation of articles is a form of a book was planned to mark the 20th anniversary of my episcopate last year. I had a similar book launched 10 years ago at the 10th anniversary of my episcopate. But I never had a ceremony like this or a launch. It was a quiet launch with the Chilau Presbyterian at that time, 10 years ago. At this 20th milestone, I thought of a launch of this nature for a special reason. And the reason is seated in front of you. You understand? I have this for a special reason, and the reason is seated in front of you. That is to pay a tribute to the doctors who lifted me up when I needed urgent medical assistance last year. Therefore, with a lot of love and gratitude, I thank our dear cardiac consultants, Dr. Ruwan Ekanayaka, Dr. Ajit Karunanayaka, and Dr. Krisanta Mendis, together with the consultant Professor Srinath Chandrasekhar, not only for what you have been to me, but also for what you are to humanity. I have a silent admiration of you. Dear friends, they are all not only brilliant medical professionals, but also skilled, versatile in other aesthetic aspects, which ultimately makes a complete human being. They are indeed these doctors who are here, and I'm sure there are some other doctors in the audience as well. They are indeed a blessing for us. All of us here would have met a doctor at one time or the other in life. But these doctors, I experienced that they are all very humble, and they wouldn't like me to say anything of them today. When I invited the three of them, or four of them, all four of them, the response was similar. What was the response? That I want to organize a thing like this, could you come? The response was silence. And that silence I read from the body language. When we are trained as to become priests, we are taught to learn the body language of people, to understand what they want to say before they speak. So, body language was that they wouldn't want any accolades because they are so humble. However, other than being a medic professional, Dr. Ruwan is a great writer and a music composer. He has written 4 volumes on the legendary music maestro Sunil Shantha. 4 volumes. I have those 4 volumes. And he has his own compositions on those. Dr. Ajit is a professional violinist and a musician and a vocalist. I don't know whether you would like me to say these personal things. Recently we had a musical program in Dr. Krishanta's place, and I had the honor of playing the piano when Doctor sang a beautiful single song. And do you want to know what is the song? Nimhim Sevvama Sasare. Dr. Krishanta is a guitarist and a great writer. He has authored 4 books, some of which is scientific fiction. And I was present myself for one of the book launches, one of the launches that he had in the recent past. And the name of that book is The Cold Sloth. You have to go and open the dictionary and find the meaning of that. Dr. Srinath is a music lover. He not only revives kidneys, but he also revives old vehicles and take them round the country on parade. He came to Kandy also, but I missed the parade some time ago. I just want to show you what type of great human beings they are. While I pay this humble tribute to you, I also thank Madam Nishali, Madam Yamuna, and Madam Suhashini, and Madam Sumudu for your kind presence today. Your presence makes this evening much more meaningful. This is a day also to recall and pay tribute to all the doctors who worked day in and day out, bringing about healing and better quality of life to all of us. We saw how the doctors worked tirelessly during the COVID-19. There is one article in this book, a reflection on the COVID-19. Some doctors sacrificed their life because they were serving the people. So their life is to give life to others. Appreciating the doctors today, we have another young doctor in this audience, none other than our dear Dr. Nalinda Jati sir, our Minister of Health Sciences and Mass Media. Dear Dr. Nalinda, you have shared with me your concern for the people, the poor especially, particularly the fact that the poor have to wait for months and months in the waiting list for some surgeries, including cardiac, nephrology, and urology surgeries. In this context, we appreciate your initiative to put up an enhanced cardiac unit, a 16-floor cardiac unit in the National Hospital in Colombo. Very soon, I think very soon we are going to launch that project. Moreover, you told me just now, a little while ago, that you are going to expand the hospital in Putlam. There are some priests who have come here from Shilava Diocese, Putlam. So your ideas, your vision and your plans, we really admire, and we will support you in these projects as the little that we could do. Moreover, tomorrow, together with our dear Dr. Srinath, you inaugurate a National Kidney Stone Referral Center in the base hospital in Meerigam. I am also invited for that function. I don't mind coming tomorrow because it's Sunday and less traffic. Our prayerful best wishes are with you, dear Honorable Minister, in your efforts to raise the health facilities for our people. I would be failing in my duty if I don't thank all of you, and let me thank I used to call our Rahul Atero my brother. So we have a brotherhood being shared, not only 35, I think it's about 38 to be precise. So thank you very much, Hamadurani, for the very touching feelings that you express. And I appreciate your presence. And as you mentioned, I was a bit upset when you called me and asked am I not invited? So anyhow, I had to do some repair work in order to restore the situation. So thank you very much for your kind presence. You are a very important prelate in this country, and we assure you of our support in all your endeavors. And same way, our brother, Venerable Vadinagal Panyalokatero, who is a senior lecturer in the University of Colombo. Thank you very much for the beautiful talk that you presented, Hamadurani. It was very touching and very profound. I thought it was like Father Quintus's talk and your talk. I thought that they were better than the original. I learned so many things which I didn't, the profundity of it was little more than I thought it was. So thank you very much. And both of them spoke about the religions for peace, of which we work together to promote peace and harmony in the world and in the country. And we have many programs, interreligious programs for peace, to build up peace and harmony. In schools, we conduct programs, interreligious, and for leadership and human values promotion, awareness of drugs, prevention of drugs, I mean not the medical drugs, the other drugs, drug prevention programs and so on. We conduct in schools in various parts of the country. So we know peace is something very, very fundamental for life existence. So otherwise we will be in pieces if we don't work for peace. And I thought interreligious harmony, as they spoke, is something very essential in this country, because our country, Sri Lanka, is a religious country. Because I would say people have there may be some exceptions, but there is a religion for each one. I should say religion in Sri Lanka is part of the cultural ethos. So therefore, our working together, of course we know in one of my articles it's mentioned that Buddhism is the religion of 92% of this country. So, however, all these four religions are world religions, right? So they have a 1,500-year-old history, and Christianity has 2,000-year-old history. So we need to recognize the value of religions as we think about the future of our country.